Hey guys, it's Amber. Welcome back to my channel. Initially, this video was supposed to be filmed at a park, but there was no seats left. I planned literally to sit at the table with the best shade, the best view and everything, but sadly there are people there, so instead I'm going to be making this video in my car. But it's okay because we're still outdoors enjoying nature, I guess. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the in, the things I'm excited to bring into 2025, and the outs, things I'm leaving behind. I feel like it's all about self-improvement, staying intentional, and wanting to live the life that I want to live. Whether it's through creating new habits, mindsets, or goals, I'm making some serious shifts this new year. And if you think you want to create your own new goals for this year, this is your sign, and I hope some things that I say will also spark some new ideas for you. So go ahead and grab your coffee. I have a brown sugar oat latte from Coffee Bean. First time trying this, it's so good. And let's get started with my 2025 ins and outs. Starting off with my 2025 ins, one thing I want to do in 2025 is get outside more. Honestly, I realize how caught up someone can be when they're inside, whether it's through work, social media, or even just being cozy up in my own little space. I don't know about you, but the more time I spend inside, the more I feel like I'm missing out in the world. Like sometimes I'll just be laying in bed rotting, and like I just hear so many cars go by and so many people honking, and I'm just like, everybody is out here living their lives. I'm bed rotting. And every time I do go outside, it sort of kind of recharges me in a way. So I'm making a point this year to get outside more. It could be either eating my lunch outside, going for a hike, getting some physical activity, or even just sitting in your car outside of a park just for a few quiet moments. Next thing that I really want to take into 2025 is becoming the best version of myself. And when I'm talking about becoming the best version of yourself, I don't mean some flawless ideal. I mean becoming like the best version of yourself according to your ideals and values, feeling confident in your choices, and showing up for yourself or others in a way that feels authentic to yourself. And I feel like one of the few steps to becoming kind of the best version of yourself is to kind of get to know who you really are as a person, meaning your strengths, your weaknesses, what lights you up, what makes you triggered. And when you understand yourself better, I feel like it's a lot easier to make decisions that feel right to you instead of just reacting to things that life throws at you. This way you have kind of more of a sense of control over your own decisions. I feel like a good way to practice becoming the best version of yourself is kind of taking time to yourself. That can be either through journaling, meditating, or even talking to someone that you really trust. You should want to kind of get curious about yourself. I feel like getting clear of this stuff will eventually help you figure out what changes you need to make. Something I also want to take into 2025 that I feel like I did not do enough in 2024, setting goals. I feel like if I set more goals in my life this year, I feel like it's a way to kind of stay consistent of the life you want to live. Honestly, setting goals can be as small as drink more water, read 5 to 10 minutes of a book, or even just eat vegetables. Or your goals can be as big as wanting to own a business one day, or wanting to run a marathon, or even wanting to renovate your home. I feel like if you just have these goals in your mind, it kind of makes you be more productive, and it makes you want to actually go out and try to accomplish these. I feel like the goals can also potentially help you create the better you. Next thing I want to take into 2025 is widen my fashion. Honestly, I've noticed that my fashion has literally been the same since high school, and that's literally a hoodie and jeans. I'm literally wearing that right now. I'm wearing a sweater and jeans. For my style, it's either a hoodie or sweater and then jeans. And if I wear a t-shirt, it's a t-shirt and jeans. But for this new year, I want to wear more clothes that no one typically sees me wear. Like the other day, I literally bought a leather jacket. What am I gonna do with a leather jacket? I don't really know. But I feel like if I add a leather jacket over my hoodie and jeans, I feel like it'll give the outfit so much more life. Another thing is I'm actually getting into wearing hair tinsels. You guys watched my last video, you know I got hair tinsels for the new year, and I have actually been obsessed with them. I don't know if you can see them now, but I'm wearing like brown hair tinsels. It's kind of hard to see right now, but I put brown hair tinsels in my hair, so you can't really see since my hair is already brown. But I just want to get more creative with different things and just kind of have fun with life and fashion. Lastly, I feel like is the most important thing that I want to take into 2025, and it is doing things that make me happy. And I feel like this is so important because there were so many times when like I would do something that didn't even make me happy, but it would make someone else happy. And sometimes, yes, that's good to do, kind of just if you want to make other people happy, just do it. But I found myself like doing the things that make other people happy, and it mentally like stressed me out or mentally made me feel so exhausted. And towards the end, even though the other person was happy and excited, like personally I wasn't feeling the best and I wasn't feeling great at all. So that's why I want to take priority in myself and put me first before I put anyone else first. And sometimes when it comes to mental health, it's okay to put yourself first, and it's okay to only think about yourself because you know you best. And I feel like what seems stressful for you is not stressful for someone else. So this goes along with not caring what other people think, because in the end, no matter what you do, people are gonna judge you, and it's just honestly a normalized fact. It's sad, but it's normalized. I feel like nowadays, so many people, including me, are so caught up in other people's opinions about things and expectations, and it kind of just stops us from truly doing what we enjoy and what we really want to do. For example, if you like a movie or a show and the whole society are like, that movie's bad, that movie sucks, kind of just makes you question yourself, sort of. Like, for example, one time I watched this movie and I enjoyed it with all my heart. I felt like it was such a good movie. But I remember I watched this movie one time and I watched it the day before I went to school. Such a good movie, and my friends told me to watch it. So the next day in class, I was just like thinking about the movie, and I kind of just had to like get my excitement off my chest. And I remember in class, I told my friends, I was like, oh yeah, that movie was so good, and I was talking about how much I enjoyed it, how funny it was, and stuff like that. And then one of my friends in the class was like, the movie wasn't that good. And I say that like that because the way she said it, it was literally like, it wasn't that good. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you even like saying that? Like, the movie sucked. That's literally how she was putting it. And from one perspective, it sort of felt like she was like kind of like putting down my opinions on a movie that I like. And it was sort of like she was judging me for the fact that I liked a movie that wasn't even that good to her. And from another perspective, I kind of just realized that it was a sign that we are literally two different human beings with two different preferences and tastes. Like, what I like might not be what you like, and that's okay. But you know, high schooler me was like, I started questioning myself. I was like, is the movie really not that good? People are saying it's not good, so am I wrong? What am I? Then soon I realized it's just like, it was my opinion. People have different opinions on different things. I realized that I seriously did love the movie. I feel like that's when I realized like everybody's different and I can like something regardless of what other people think. So this year I want to focus on what is right for me and not for other people, whether it's through taking time to myself, pursuing new hobbies, or just saying no to when something doesn't align to what I want to do. I just really want to like put my happiness first. And you know, practicing this towards the end of 2024, I sort of realized how much I cared about people's judgment about me. And then when I started practicing like to not care, life is so much easier. Life is so much stressful. And if you're gonna take one thing from this video, it's definitely just stop caring about what other people think. Post what you want to post, wear what you want to wear. I feel like the world is so judgmental. Even if you're like society's most beautiful person in the world, like no human is perfect, no matter what they look like, no matter what they wear, no matter what they do, no human is perfect. So I feel like do what you want to do. You only live once, and in the end, everyone's gonna die and no one's gonna remember you. Time for my 2025 outs. These are things I did in past years that I just want to not do in 2025. First one is living in the past. I feel like we've all had a moment where we did something so embarrassing and we just kept thinking about it over and over and over again. Like, for example, send a message to a crush or something and they don't respond, and you're just like, why did I even message them? You just keep replaying the same moment in your head, wishing you could have done something differently to change it. But here's the thing. I realized that living in the past really does nothing for you other than just keep stressing you out. All it does is literally just hold you back from moving forward. You're busy worrying about this all day. You can't even live your life anymore because you're busy worrying about a stupid text or a stupid thing that you did that you wish you didn't do. There are so many times I did such embarrassing things, and I wish I can take it back, but I know I can't. If you do something embarrassing, just remember that the world kept spinning. No matter what, the world will keep spinning, and no matter what, minutes will go by, hours will go by, years will go by, and you cannot change it unless you have a time machine, but you just have to keep going and forget about it. The one thing I also want to take out of 2025 is overthinking. I feel like this is a problem for so many people, and me too. Like, I hate overthinking. It literally causes my head to hurt. Like, I get a headache every time I overthink sometimes. It's just all this overthinking things, and it can literally be such a simple thing, but you can still overthink it and make it into something so much worse than it really is. You're overthinking, why did I send this text? What's wrong with me? They don't like me, blah, 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 blah. That's why I feel like overthinking is so dangerous for the mind. So the next thing I want to talk about is staying out of toxic environments. So now when I say toxic environment, getting away from people or places that just bring you down and drain you, or even make you feel like you're not enough. It can just be like negative energy, constant drama, or even people that just don't support you. Or even worse, it can be people that try to drag you with their negativity. Like, if you're hanging out with someone that's always negative, constantly, non-stop, they're negative, you are gonna feel negative. You are gonna feel like you are draining yourself because this person's draining themselves and they're giving their drainingness to you. So I feel like in 2025, we need to get away from that bad energy. I have been in many situations where I just do not feel like the people around me or the environment around me was feeling right. Like, I always felt off around them. Especially in high school, there is a lot of drama, and sometimes like the drama would be too much for me, and it would just cause me to feel so much like a weight on my shoulder. Then I have to say the drama, because then it takes the weight off of mine and puts them on their shoulders. And in that case, I'm literally being the toxic person that spreads the negativity, because it was just so much like unnecessary drama. So when you're in a toxic environment, not only does it affect your mood from day to day, it also affects your whole mindset. So here's the thing. I want you to remember that you can choose who you hang out with. You can choose your environment. It's not always going to be easy, but if you feel like you are feeling stuck, that's already a step ahead, because you feel and you notice your feelings, which is great. But now it's time to go into action and remove yourself from things that are making you feel stuck. So the next thing I want to talk about is I want to stop settling less than what I deserve. So settling less for what you deserve doesn't just hurt you in the moment, it can also hurt you long term. Settling less for yourself can literally make you get stuck with a job that you literally don't like, in a relationship that does not serve you anything, or even in a situation where you keep compromising your happiness. And I feel like this chips away into your self-worth, and it makes you feel like you don't have any power to change anything, which is not true. You're allowed to want more, and you should want more. The key is honestly knowing that you are worthy of everything you desire. Like, you do not have to settle for anything less. And trust me when I say this, once you start caring about what you are worth, your life will completely shift, and you will see life in a whole different way. You'll honestly start attracting better energy, better opportunities, and better people. So the next thing I feel like everyone should let go of, and it is dwelling on negative thoughts. So I feel like if you ever make a mistake, and trust me, everybody makes mistakes. Everyone is human. No one is perfect. Even robots make mistakes. But whenever you make a mistake, you kind of just keep thinking about that mistake and how you could have done better, and it kind of just sticks with you, and your brain just keeps on going and going and thinking about it non-stop. It's like your mind literally just won't shut up about it, but to a point it gets so exhausting that people can just be mentally unstable because of all these negative thoughts going in your head, and how you messed up, how you disappointed people you love, and you could have done better. But really, we need to go easy on ourselves. It is true that people say we are our biggest critiques, but still, not only does it affect our mood, but it also affects our whole mindset. We're stuck in a loop where we just keep thinking about the thing that we did wrong, and we forget about the things that are going right in life. We only keep thinking about the thing that went wrong. It could be really hard to break free from all this dwelling and thinking about all these negative thoughts, but let me just say that patience. You just need patience, and in the end, I feel like it will all work out. Just need patience. That's what I want to work on in 2025. I want to make sure I'm not thinking too hard, not thinking badly about myself. In the end, it'll only hurt me. Okay, and the last thing I want to get rid of in 2025 that I feel like was kind of just making up my life in high school, and it is getting rid of unhealthy habits. And that can be through procrastinating, eating junk food, staying up late, avoiding exercise. We all have these sort of habits that we wish we can get rid of. I don't know about you, but for me, I feel like it is so easy to fall back into these unhealthy habits. I remember in junior year, I would wake up late every single day. I'll be in a rush to go to school. So instead of making a good breakfast, I would literally have an energy drink for breakfast. 3 days out of 5, I would have an energy drink for breakfast. And I found myself being in such a bad mood throughout the day, and I was always hungry, or should I say hangry? I was always hangry. I was always mad at something because my stomach just was hurting because all I've had all day was an energy drink. Especially in junior year, I would stay at school all day, and that's from 8:30 to 3:45 p.m. So it was so hard throughout the day because that's all I would have, because I knew I would come home and eat. But having only an energy drink for breakfast was so unhealthy and so bad for my body. And I even noticed that I was not doing good on tests. I was just failing and everything. That's why I told myself, I was like, okay, I'm going to eat breakfast. I'm going to have a good meal before I go to school so I can be in a good mood and do better at my studies. But I found it really hard because then I have to wake up earlier, and waking up earlier is so hard for me, even if it's 10 minutes. I'm not a morning person. So waking up earlier just to make a breakfast and a hearty meal that I was actually going to enjoy was so hard that sometimes I would literally just be like, okay, whatever. I'll wake up early and I'll be so tired. I'm like, okay, you know what? Whatever. I'll just take an energy drink again. That's how unhealthy it was. And then I would even chug the energy drink before I got to school. I would chug it. and imagine my heartbeat, and it gave me like so much anxiety. I noticed in class, like my heart would be pumping. With time, you can honestly achieve anything you want in life. You just have to be patient with yourself. You can't have it the next day. You can't have it the next week. You literally need to be patient. It takes 2 weeks to have a routine. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me talking about my 2025 ins and outs. I guess this is sort of a way of me manifesting all my ins. If you guys have some 2025 goals, I hope you guys all can achieve it. I hope my 2025 ins and outs helped you guys in some sort of way and hopefully made you guys feel a little more motivated than you were before you started watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did filming it. This is your sign that 2025 is going to be our year, everybody. It's going to be our year. We got this. Let's have a very, very strong year. I'll see you guys in the next one.